Hello my friends and welcome back to Warcraft 3 The Frozen Throne. We're back where we were 20 odd years ago. We have the Frozen Throne menu back. The single player looks like it's going, like the menus are responsive. It's a good thing. Look, all your campaigns here through the basic game and the expansion. So we're going to dive into that shortly on the channel. You've got your custom games, you can load your saves, etc. But the menus work, they're responsive. If we go into options, there are so many new menu options, and that's what's probably most exciting. If we come over to, I mean, you could turn on Reforged, and if you go over to Reforged, you're able to select all the different graphics. So like, they've redone all the graphics, all the original graphics, but they've got a high definition version of them. I played them for the first time last night, and what I can tell you is, having played the Reforged graphics now for like 3 or 4 years and kind of got used to them, playing the classic graphics, and I originally started as swapping stuff. I think you just honestly want to hit classic and just want to play with the classic graphics. Clicking things and selecting them in team fights is so much easier. Look at the difference between some of these effects. You know, like how difficult it is in a hectic team fight to see that weird alpha glow or even the fire around Illidan, whereas like you go into classic mode, boom, it's so friggin' obvious. Everything's easier to click. The trees in Reforged are actually sometimes hard to click. You send a worker to the trees, they don't go there. So I just basically rolled everything back. I think the only thing I might take is the new portraits. But honestly, I think we could probably just play 100% classic. I think maybe I'm just attached to the new portraits because I've played Reforged now for a little while. So that's what I'll probably be playing, but I want every asset within the game classic. We now can do custom hotkeys. This is great news. Gameplay. We can show our ping. You couldn't even show ping for whatever reason. We can start with a more defaulted zoomed out camera, so you don't have to change that literally every single match that starts. You can also turn on a time elapsed, so if you're going for timing attacks in PvP essentially, that's really good. There's a boatload of new options here. I saw some other ones last night, like the team colors, the showing hero levels. The fact you can change your hotkeys to custom, and then it brings you this whole custom tab. You could do it by race as well, and by hero or by unit. Like, there is a lot of options. I've been playing grid again because we couldn't customize. I might change it. Sound, I don't know if too much has changed. Maybe the window focus, we could, you know, and video, I guess we're still playing full screen. I have had no percentage. Oh, I've got foliage turned off. Let me just turn it up. I've had no problems at all playing. I played last night. I played one game. It was pretty cool, but just the overall improvements that they've made here feel really positive. It actually feels like they've been listening, and I feel like we'd been talking to no response on the forum for the longest time. So thank you to whoever is in the classic team and actually did this. I'm really pleased about it. The first thing I logged in and saw this, I was like, oh crap, I'm excited. Oh, you also be able to save every replay by default. That's an option, because why it didn't, I mean, I think it used to do that in the classic Warcraft 3, it didn't do it anymore. So this is all great. I love it. LAN play is still here. Watch your replays if you want to here. This one bit is missing in PvP, and we'll come back to that. But for now, I suppose that's super minor. So when you hit multiplayer, you come back to what we know and love. Hello there! Do you know what? I played Warcraft 3 online for basically 4 years. I don't think anyone ever said anything in the chat box. So straight away you log in, someone's talking. I complained about this so many times, I felt like it was falling on dead ears. They've put the tournaments on the front screen as well. Tournaments were so buried away, so you missed them because you had to go dig for them inside the UI panel. So the tournaments are here, and they show you all the upcoming tournaments for like 2 weeks in advance. Hallelujah! I feel like whoever worked on this actually maybe went back and had the original game and managed to look at some of the UI. There was like, the one thing I'm thinking it's missing is over here in the middle section, they used to show you how many players were online. That was kind of nice, you know, like, you know, 2,000 players online in the EU realm or something. I thought that was useful. And then the one other thing that they did as well is when you search for a game, well, yeah, the small complaint I have is you can't click on these maps, you can't see what these maps look like. So if you don't know the maps, I don't think there's a way to see the maps. But the UI works. The UI just didn't work up until now. You've got your clan chat room, you've got your general chat room. Apart from not being able to see the maps here, which is very minor, you can still chat while you're inviting players, select your races, find your matches, you can see your rankings. This stuff actually updates. I guess if I go to 2v2, you know, like, the UI feels responsive. So this is all good. Your friends tab, better than it was as well, and leaderboards. So I don't know if the leaderboards are working as of yet. I was pretty high on the leaderboards before, but they were kind of buggy. It does tell you when they last updated. That's nice. Going by that, it literally updated this minute, because it is 8:32 at the time of filming this video. And if you go into your player profile, we've got a brand new player profile that shows you like your games. You can view your profile of the people you played against. This stuff just did not work before. It was laggy, it was slow. I don't think they have... Oh, they do have the previous seasons. Okay. How far can you go back? Well, maybe the levels from the previous seasons isn't quite working, but you know what? I'm so glad they brought back level, because Warcraft 3, as you played, you had a level. And your level was just like an overall indication of your skill, because yes, you can have a lot of wins, but you had a level each season. You've got, I guess, all the classic portraits were already added, so new things we've got as well. We've got Warcraft 1 portraits, we've got Warcraft 2 remastered portraits. Some of them are pretty cool. I guess because I own Warcraft 2, I allowed some of these old portraits. I like that Elf Ranger. Or the friggin... That's a demon? Okay, I thought that was a red orc. Okay, so we've got that. We can click details on matches we've played to see a bit more about them. We can actually see humans, heroes, resources. So everything here is great, right? I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to talk about. Tournaments, leaderboards... Oh, custom games, yeah. So it feels like we've got our old custom game UI back as well. Like, the UI is better. It tells you the ping, it tells you the number of players. I actually saw a map last night with like 23 players. So I guess 24 players here on a custom team survival. So I guess custom games might get a new lease of life. Have they got cube defense? Can I search? The search never worked in the other client. Oh, don't type cube search. Cube. Okay. Maybe the search is still a bit... oh no, that's joined... Oh, search is up here. Idiot. Well, hey, cube defense. That was a good map. Oh, cool. Okay, so we're actually going to get a community again, maybe playing some of the custom maps. So big props to Blizzard for doing all this. Let me jump into like a quick skirmish match. How would I do that? Could I just do a custom game? To show you what I'm talking about. So if I just do like custom game test, please don't join. I don't care about observers. We're just going to do Lost Temple and see if I can put AI into this. We'll add an AI, it'll be random. So I'll just go human or orc. Zug Zug. There we go. Let's get straight into it. So I just want to show you how much better the graphics are and how much easier it is to select things. One other thing I want to say on this screen, I really wish that if that loading screen sometimes would just linger for like a minimum duration. So if everybody loads really quickly, you can see. So we're pinging 30, 100 frames a second. You can see the APM, which is nice. I guess if I tap, you can see my APM go up. And we've got the time, which is great for attacks, right? Like in StarCraft, they used to have the time just above the radar. And we've got our standard level of zoom. I set mine to like 1800. I guess I could maybe set it a little bit more further. I think playing Warcraft 3, this is about the level of zoom that I've been playing at. And maybe what I noticed last night was like, it's just so, like, clicking on the trees is so easy. The building placement compared to Reforged is just so much better. Do you know what, let's just throw together. And then, so these are classic graphics but upscaled. So it's hard to compare what they might look to classic graphics, because I haven't played classic graphics in a long time, but what I do think, having tried to play them a few times, I felt like honestly, they looked kind of like ass because they were like 20-something years old, whereas I think this feels very playable. Yes, the models are somewhat low quality, but I guess maybe it's just they've given them really much high quality textures. You can see how the textures are stretched around these low quality models, so they've just probably just had someone pass over all the textures, but it works really well. The selection is just better, and like pathing units around buildings or placing buildings, I just felt like it was easier, it was faster than when I was playing in Reforged. I believe you can go to Reforged and have a button to switch between two, but I think honestly, if you want to be strong and competitive at this game, and this is coming, like, I'm literally the only guy on YouTube that was... You like how they put the letters over these as well, so you know exactly what the hotkeys are? I was literally the only guy... I mean, that's huge, right? I mean, we've been wanting that forever.
Ready to work.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm the only guy on YouTube that was basically streaming this game in the HD mode, because I felt like... I felt like I was somewhat competitive. Somewhat. Let's put a disclaimer on that. I felt like I was somewhat competitive even with HD graphics. And a lot of people came onto my channel and said, you should use the classic graphics, and I think I will now. I think this, like, I'm very happy.
I can do that.
Apparently all the orc hotkeys for me are kind of like muscle memory. I was pretty high in 2v2 ladder actually. I was up at like top 50. Using the Reforged graphics, and I just feel like it's going to be easier to select stuff. So you can zoom in. The maximum zoom is this now. I wouldn't recommend playing in this. I think it's a little bit too zoomed. And then let's look at a hero. Just again, like if you're trying to navigate like through your base, I just think it's so much easier. It felt like easier to place the buildings. It felt easier to like navigate around the buildings. I guess the Reforged graphics just sort of, like, it's very obvious where the paths are. Sometimes I would block my basin on Reforged, not be able to get my hero out or something like that. So, oh, we blocked the burrows. We were talking too much. So that's it. That's the first look at Battle.net 2.0. I'm impressed. I'm gonna have feedback. I'm gonna do a more in-depth video that is a bit more critical, potentially. Star Wars Blood Test. I'm excited just to see what custom maps come up, honestly. I'm very excited. I wonder if people... Like, I tried to play Dota on this and it was cock shit. So, maybe we can play, like... Not that I care too much about Dota, but maybe have a little bit of Dota fun. There's more people in the chat than I've seen in, like, 2 years. So first impressions are very good. Leave me a comment, leave me feedback, tell me what you think. Are you going to try Warcraft 3 Reforged 2.0? I think it's worth it. I'll be here. If you want to join my clan, it's called the Brotherhood of Strategy. My name is Mojock on it. Leave me a comment. Leave me your battle tag in the comment and get in my clan. Thanks ever so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Peace.